everybody, and welcome to the greatest hour on the internet. Welcome to the Nerdverse Odyssey. I'm your host, Nico, changing it up for the coming new year. I don't know why I did it that way. Anyway, to my left, we have possibly a Persian nightclub owner's son, Mr. Hunter. How you doing?
I prefer used exotic car salesman.
Oh, that is good.
It's a very specific niche, but I wear it well.
Mhm.
Fair enough. And at the bottom of my screen, which is all of your viewing screen, I'm just gonna roll with it. We have everyone's favorite Puerto Rican father figure, Mr. Christmas Gamzee himself, with a hammer. Rico, how you doing?
Salutations.
So
Hold on,
I
hold
can
on.
see somebody had a week. So Rico, week, go.
Quickly then. Shows I watched. Resident Evil. Oh, not Resident Evil. Resident Alien Season 1. I don't know if you guys have saw it. I don't even know we talked about it. Alan Tudyk is in it. He's also in Superman. Moving on. Dune Prophecy is out. I think episode 4 or 5. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. It does answer a question of if a sandworm swallows you, do you become a different man when you come out the butthole? A lot of deaths, a lot of the trickeries on that one. You take that one as you will.
Well, everyone
The long
knows
walk.
that the window to the man's soul is his asshole.
I don't know. Travis Fimmel plays in it. You've seen him in Viking, and you've seen him in what do you call it, Warcraft. So he's this soldier that got messed up, supposedly swallowed by a sandworm, and so now he's supposedly helping the Emperor cleanse the heretics, or in this case, the Benyu Jesuits, which is the women. What do we call them? Concubine, advisors, priests, whatever. Books, The Long Walk. I'm still reading on it. I'm on mile marker 25. Kids are dying. People are trying to escape, and for some reason, the main character keeps thinking about the girl he hugged and touched her booty. It was very great for a 16-year-old. YouTube-wise, just watch a bunch of interviews. I don't know if you guys are watching it. 6 Feet Under with Hornswoggle, Theo Ross, and Eric Roberts. Saw Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum with Chris Judge, the voice of God of War. Breakfast Club, Jahil White, which is Urkel, talk about his experience, and I guess he's trying to do kind of like a Fresh Prince Bel-Air kind of thing. Bring the show back maybe with a serious tone like they did. Let's see what else. A bunch of people
Would
lost
it
their
be a
belts.
would it be a reboot of Urkel or like a continuation?
Good question.
I think he's trying to do a continuation. It sounds like a continuation because he said he had a script that they kind of, or he had an idea they passed on that one. So I don't know if it's more of a Urkel as he's grown, or it's more of. I think at the end of Family Matters, I think he split. Like he was part Stefan, and then still had but didn't have the attitude like he had when he turned into Stefan. On that one. Bunch of people lost their belts. Game wise, Goat Simulator. You ever played it?
I played the original. I
No.
haven't played the. I've watched my son play the new one.
Yeah, if he's like Sebastian, then he is just utterly chaos
Yep.
when it comes to that game. I tried to go in there and try to do some stuff, and he just runs me over, or he'll lick whatever they do. You lick and attach something, and that's it. Next level stuff. Actually, yeah, Peter Westbrook. I don't know if you ever heard this guy. 72 years old. I think he was the influence for Blade on that one.
Oh, okay.
He was actually an Olympic medal fencer, 5-time Olympian, and basically just reigns a bunch of champions on that one. But he had passed away from cancer not too long ago while we were taking a hiatus. But that pretty much concludes my week.
There
Where's
was
the
another
fastest
person who just recently passed away.
Who?
I think it was the founder of what RPG company? Shit, I'm blanking on it. It wasn't Working Design, but there was I don't remember who it was.
What a
See, if
memorial
you
you've
if you
offered
care,
this man.
I know, right?
if you cared, then like I care about Peter Westbrook, you would know that his foundations, in '91 helped develop 7 Olympians, but you did not remember who went to the next level.
No, I did not remember to look at the Wikipedia of said
Uh,
person.
First of all, Wikipedia is not a credited source. By my
hold
Western
on.
civilization
Oh,
professor.
here we go. Here we go.
Hold on. I need
Right.
one thing real quick. Hey, Rico, go ahead and put your hands like this. On
Who,
camera.
me?
Yep, you. Yeah. Now rub them together. Just trust me. Follow me on this. Rub them together. Now put them back like this. Leave them on camera. Tell me a single athlete that man produced that made their way to the Olympics.
Huh?
Tell me
Say
a
what?
single athlete that foundation brought to the Olympics. No, leave your hands on the camera so we know
What?
you're not Googling.
I'm not a good one. One off the bat was Slow and Shrugs. Foundation
What was
Rep.
that?
What else you want?
Well, no. I figured you weren't going to know. All right, he's got you on this one. He wins, Nick.
All right, fair enough.
Again, he's a 5-time Olympian, 1976 at Montreal to 1996 Atlanta.
Damn.
One of the first black only fencer to win an award after I think it was 24 years.
The fact that you know that is kind of scary.
Oh, I just googled it and then I wrote it out in my notes. So
Did you also write the athletes' names, or did you just guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it really
No,
says.
he
Well, actually,
knew you were going
Lewis
to call
Drug
us
is a
bullshit. That's why.
But yeah, that pretty much concludes my week because again, we watched the Game Awards. We'll talk about and the controversy of it. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts about it, and of course the Superman trailer. So I'm gonna pass it on to Hunter because it's been a while since he was on
All
here,
right.
and he has a new stash.
The stash is still there. It's just the bottom half of the goatee is new. But so I
Oh,
don't
you gotta see your
remember.
week in a Spanish accent.
Oh, you're not gonna want that. So I don't remember what the last things I told you guys was when I was here, but it was a while back because we haven't done this like a month at this point. But I remember I watched Saturday Night, the new movie that came out about the inaugural episode of Saturday Night Live, like the behind the scenes of everything that happened before the episode aired, and the whole thing was basically just a love letter to jerk Lorne Michaels and the wonderful job he did creating Saturday Night Live and maintaining it over the years. Which, like, that part kind of got annoying after a while. Like, I get it, but there's also like Chevy Chase and everybody else that's participating here in this film. Like, let's hear more about them. That they clearly had a pretty big influence and role here. But I will say, Gabriel LaBelle is the dude who played Lorne Michaels. He did a great job. Fantastic actor. It was just the script. I wanted to expand on the rest of the cast more than just the one person. But it was fun. It was worth the watch. I also saw the new Kevin Smith movie, 4:30 movie. It's just a like coming of age teen romance film of a boy trying to go on a date with a girl, basically, and then the shenanigans that he gets up to with his friends. It's a very classic Kevin Smith movie style, but it's a ton of fun. It's set in the 80s, trying to jump between showtimes of movies at a movie theater, not getting caught and kicked out. It was great. Definitely like little nostalgia bait for sure, but it was a lot of fun. I would recommend it. I also played Fork Road. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's like a $3 or $4 game on Steam. It gets a little repetitive, but it does a great job at the jump scares. You enter a room and then you have to go through a door and you walk 20-30 steps down to the end of the hall, and there's paintings on the side next to you, and then when you get to the end, you're basically left with do you go left or right, and there's usually some sort of decision that has to be made, or you have to like count the number of pumpkins or find the real pumpkin or whatnot. There's jump scares and everything else that happen, but it's very effective at the jump scares, and I was really annoyed because you have to go through this same loop of these same rooms like 30 some times in order to finally beat the game. Every fucking pass through of that level, I would go through and I would stare at each portrait on the wall all the way down the hall. I'm like, did anything change? Is this going to be relevant? And is it going to like scare me at some point? And it didn't. But just obsessively, I had to check, and I can tell you those paintings from memory now at this point. They're like very specific, fucking annoying details. And this was like 3 weeks ago. I see them in my dreams. I also played Marvel Rivals.
Ooh, how was it?
Okay.
I hate Overwatch, so I thought it was a terrible game.
Understandable.
I had no idea what it was. I just was like, "Oh, cool, new Marvel game and it's free. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
I'll
it's
try
a
it."
hero shooter.
Yeah, it's just Overwatch.
So
But
here's the
it's
question: did you, because I haven't touched it yet, for the different characters, are they all unlocked off the get go, or do you have to like buy them?
they're all unlocked out of the gate, which that part
Oh,
was really
that's
nice,
pretty
and they
cool.
do feel different. Like I played a total like 15 some characters, and they all have their own feel and they're good. But it was Overwatch, but it was also like Overwatch on like 1.5 speed for all the characters and their abilities. So it just meant like it was just visual, just diarrhea basically. Like there was no real easy way to focus on what was happening or any of the battle around you. So it just felt like the game needed to slow down and it would have been a lot more fun.
Okay.
I still wouldn't probably play it or enjoy it that much because, like I said, I don't like Overwatch. But it had potential for sure, but definitely just not my cup of tea.
Fair.
Uh, yeah, I've been rewatching Dragon Ball GT, just because I tried to get the kids into it and they had no interest, but I was like, well, I'm already here. So I did not remember just how edgy that show was, and like it
Have you?
wears its
Wait, where are
age.
you? Have the dragons shown up yet?
Yeah, I'm halfway through the final
Okay,
saga.
so you know the real scrawny one.
Hmm.
So that one was created because of the wish Oolong made when he wanted the girl's panties.
Yes, he was. Yeah, yeah,
I always found that funny.
that was the pollution dragon.
Yep.
Uh, it absolutely hilarious. But Goku is an absolute savage with his one-liners once he gets to Super Saiyan 4 in that show. That was the part that was like, oh, I forgot. They made him older and a badass in this show. It's like they just scrapped all of this concept for Super, but that part was kind of fun and hilarious.
Well, not. You never know. There's always Daima.
That's true, and I'm really loving Daima. Have you guys been watching it?
I haven't touched it.
You really fucking need to. It's so good.
That's fair. On my week, I'll explain why I haven't been watching Daima.
For the last 9 or 10 weeks at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. You know how Super it got repetitive by the end of the anime because it's just tournament arc after tournament arc.
Yeah.
Like I think three of the arcs in that series were just tournaments. This just looked like, okay, what did people love about the series? Kid Goku going on an adventure. Okay, cool. Let's do that. So they basically just took the whole concept of the first arc of GT and just made it feel more like the original Dragon Ball series.
Yeah, it's an
And
actual
there's
adventure story.
yeah, and there's canonical reasons as to like how the Supreme Kais were born, where Majin Buu comes from, that he's the actual race. Is he created? The Supreme Kais grow out of a tree, sort of thing. Like they add backstory to everything. They still have they opened the door to canonize Gogeta,
Oh.
and I'm very excited about that one. I'm not sure if it'll happen or not.
Because they're the same size. Because they could do the fusion dance in their kids.
Well, they when you this isn't a spoiler because it's not like episode 2 or 3, but like in the demon world, where they had to travel to after they got turned into kids, so they could get the new Dragon Balls, rescue Dende, and be adults again. They have these little beans that like some are like the demon world's equivalent of the Senzu beans, some are fusion beans and things like that. And so I'm pretty sure the fusion bean is how they're going to canonize Gogeta instead of turn them into Vegito. And another theory that I heard, which I thought was really neat, is that they're going to canonize Super Saiyan 4 in the demon realm.
I've heard that.
Yeah, where the only reason they can transform into Super Saiyan 4 is because of some sort of special property or element of the demon world that lets them achieve that form that they can't get on Earth. Which I thought that would be cool because then it kind of takes all the cool things about GT and just brings them all back. And that seems to be the general theme of this show.
I would love to see how they would bring back Omega Shenron because that is one of my favorite villains. just
Yeah,
because of
he was a
how
badass.
overpowered and just stupidly destructive that final fight was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There were many times during that show where they're just open like, well, guys, we killed the Earth again. We gotta fix it. Our
Well, that was the
bad.
one thing I loved about GT was you could tell they had a budget and they were going to spend every single penny of it. Because it honestly,
Yeah.
it was one of the best. I would argue it's probably the best animated Dragon Ball series.
Yeah, the fighting was for sure fun. They didn't skimp out on a lot of the I don't. It's the animation trick from like the 1960s. It's still widely used today, where the entirety of the background is just one
Mm-hmm.
painted item, and they only have a couple key pieces of a couple characters in the background moving to give it the
The
belief to your
illusion.
eyes that something's happening in the background. They're only animating the one character. They did not do that in most of the scenes, which was really cool. They actually
Exactly.
threw it all out. But yeah, I mean that's basically my week. How about you?
All right. I got a Quest 3. It's amazing. I got the prescription lenses because I was so afraid of like scratching it with mine. Those got here in like 3 days. It was awesome. But no, playing the Quest 3. Played Escape from Tarkov. No, that's the
Why?
PC version. Ghosts of
Yeah.
Tabor, which is the VR version. I really liked it. I think it's really, really fun. A little janky though, but the bones are there for something really cool. I also played Skybound's Behemoth, which is it's by the dudes who made Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, so it plays a lot like that, but it's more like what if you mixed Dark Souls with Shadows of the Colossus? Because like the whole big thing about it is you are fighting colossuses essentially. So that game's really fun. Again, a little janky, but really, really good. Also got Boneworks, which is it's probably the coolest VR game next to Blade and Sorcery, just because of how everything in the world has like a physical property to it, so you can interact with everything. So it's a really, really neat game.
Yeah, I remember when it came out and it was
Oh no,
setting
no,
some machines on fire.
Boneworks, yes, exactly. I know Boneworks is the PC one. Bone Lab was the sequel that they released on the Quest and the PC. Bone Lab's the one I
Okay.
have. I have both of them, but Bone Lab's the one I played last. And they've actually improved the systems. Like it feels like they did a lot of work on it. Aside from that, I haven't been watching any movies as of late, minus some like just rewatching some older movies. But I did watch all 4 seasons of Castlevania. Still really good. I only made it to season 3 last time, so this time I actually watched all of it. And yeah, people complaining about Alucard getting a little some from the two hunters. I didn't have a problem with it. It made sense. Like I'm pretty sure like a lot of vampires in most vampire stories swing both ways, so it didn't really offend me because I was like, no, that makes sense. But no, it was really, really good. Started Nocturne, which is the sequel, which is set during the Rondo of Blood game. Really liking where it's going, but I'm only like an episode in. Aside from that, last thing, I finished the entirety of the Heechee saga, which is all 4 books by Frederick Pohl. So yeah, it's been a hot minute since we've done a podcast. But yeah, that was my weeks.
Have you guys watched Secret Level yet?
No, but it looks
No,
really,
not
really
yet.
cool.
I'm so excited to watch it this weekend.
Nice.
I'm gonna watch all of them, obviously,
Mhm.
but the Mega Man episode, I am
I'm looking forward to the
so
Mega
excited
Man
for it.
one as well as the Warhammer one.
I didn't think it was gonna be the Warhammer one that was gonna get you. I thought it would have been Armored Core.
Oh, there's an Armored Core one?
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
okay. Okay.
So let's see. It's Dungeons and Dragons,
Okay.
Sifu,
Ooh, nice.
New World,
Okay.
Unreal Tournament,
Sweet.
Warhammer 40K,
Mm-hmm.
Pac-Man,
Okay.
Crossfire,
Okay.
Armored Core,
Okay.
The Outer Worlds,
Nice.
and Mega Man.
That's pretty dope. That's
It's a
pretty
great
dope.
lineup, and I'm pretty sure there's more. Oh, there's more after that.
Oh my God.
Exodus,
Okay.
Spelunky,
Okay.
Concord,
Okay.
Honor of Kings,
It's funny Concord made it on there when
Playtime.
that game only lasted 28 days.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 15 episodes in total, it looks like.
Nice. Hey, didn't Netflix do an Onimusha show?
Not
Did
that I'm
they?
aware.
I think there's an Onimusha on it's either Netflix or Amazon, but I remember there was one. It was like a Onimusha Musashi. So it's about Musashi Miyamoto, but what would have happened to him in the Onimusha saga?
Holy shit, there was an Onimusha. It was on Netflix.
Okay, okay,
When was
cool. I'm
this
not
a
crazy.
thing?
I'm gonna need to watch
What is
that.
it, anime or
It's like
live
a three.
action?
I think it's 3D anime. Is it a movie or a series?
It's a 3D anime from November 2nd, 2023, and it's 8 episodes long.
Nice. Okay, I might watch that after I finish
Yo.
Castlevania. Oh yeah, I also picked up Crunchyroll because Lehan wanted to watch past episode 600 or no 565 of One Piece.
That boy has too much time on his
He
hands.
is chugging through that
Yeah.
series. I
This-
made a joke like a year ago. It's like, man, by the time you go to high school, they'll finally finish that show. I'm like, oh wait, we're like getting closer, and he's almost caught up.
Yeah, they have no interest in ending that show. Are you kidding?
No, it is ending soon. He finished this. I think he's finished the story, or he's finishing the story very soon.
Yeah, they'll find a way to keep it going. Don't you worry. We thought we finally ended Naruto after like 10 years.
Hey, we thought
now
we
we
ended
have-
Bleach.
That's true. I'm glad we didn't end Bleach, but also through Boruto, we have the most broken hero of all time. There's no fucking power skill left on that show that can be conquered.
Doesn't he have like one arm and he can control time or some shit?
Controls time, space, thoughts. Like the dude has literally every power in the sun at this point. There is nowhere left to go. I'm pretty sure you just laugh at One Punch Man.
Oh God, fair enough. Okay, you guys wanna do the game awards? There we go. We got the gamer horn.
Wait,
All right.
wait. I have news.
Oh, he's got some
I have-
news.
I have news. Okay. One of these is acceptable. The other one is incredibly stupid. So Fortnite just announced 2 new skins. One of them is a Skibbity toilet backpack.
Oh God.
I
Okay.
I don't know if we're gonna get Speaker Man. This is Natural Nemesis. I'm sure they're gonna have to add him at some point. But we get
Jesus
Skibbity toilet as a
Christ.
backpack.
Okay.
And we get 8-time, and yes, for anyone who might listen to this, I am going to say 8-time Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton is going to get his own skin in Fortnite as well. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to buy it.
Okay. Oh, I will say this. I tried Fortnite Ballistic. It's Counter-Strike mixed with Quake. It's really fun.
Counter-Strike mixed with Quake is just Quake Arena.
No, because you couldn't buy weapons and stuff in Quake 3. But yeah, team deathmatch, I get it. But you can buy weapons like in Counter-Strike, but because it's Fortnite, everybody's like fucking bunny hopping everywhere. So it's like playing old school Quake again. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
And all your skins work in first person mode because I was running around as Doomslayer, fucking shooting people.
That's dope.
But yeah, first person mode's pretty awesome. All right. So, Game Awards. Show wise, Hunter didn't see it, but what did you think
Did
of the
not.
show in general?
It's bland.
Yeah. Okay, good. I want to make
I
sure
concur.
we're on the same page.
No.
It's boring
No, I
as
will.
shit.
Let me, for context, one thing I will say is I haven't watched an award show in a while.
Mhm.
Like, far as music and stuff. Movie awards is the only one. The MTV one's the only one I enjoyed. And the one thing I found weird is the host. I forgot his name, but apparently he's the guy who created the Game Awards.
Oh, Jeff Keighley, yeah, the Dorito.
So
Pope
he's the
himself.
host. Yeah, and it was kind of weird. Like,
Oh
I
no,
don't know. I
it's
just didn't
his
like.
it's his yearly self masturbation therapy.
The way it should be.
I don't know. The one point I think that I guess sealed the deal is when Snoop Dogg came out and performed, and either before or after, he's like, well, he showed that he dropped it like it's hot. Like, dude, that joke is played out. Like, how?
That's what you were
Who wrote
talking
that for
about.
you? So, I mean, well, yeah, it was bland. I didn't care for the awards as far as who won, who lost. I was more of the announcements,
Yes.
and I'll hand it back to you.
All right. I will say this though, Snoop singing like through the hits through the years was pretty awesome. Oh, that, and I was surprised. It's the first year of the Game Awards where Jeff Keighley didn't openly suck off Hideo Kojima on stage. It was weird. I could actually hear who he was talking about during a Kojima segment. It was the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, he has to get somebody else. I don't know if it's a comedian or somebody for that hosting thing.
Yeah.
Like,
All
It's been
right.
10 years.
So the announced games we have the Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet, which is the new one by Naughty Dog. I think it looks kind of interesting.
it's woke.
Oh,
It is woke. Don't subscribe to it.
Probably.
Nah, I don't give a shit. I don't know.
Was that the one that Glenn was whinging about?
I was like, damn, Trump got elected and Rico changed.
No, I think it was.
It was either that or one of those other ones on here. I think it's down.
Yeah,
the list.
it was a different one. I mean, first of all, I don't care who the character is, who you play, regardless of male or female. It sounds kind of funny. Something I used to say when I was in the military. Like, I don't care who's in the foxhole with me. I don't care what your preference is, whatever. As long as you can shoot forward at all the Chinese people coming at us, then we're good. Like, I don't care. It's a little playful joke, but yeah, I don't I think people just tripping off of, again, Naughty Dog with it's controversial with Last of Us. I look at it as okay, little 80s kind of vibe to it. I think somebody compared it to
the aesthetics are what gets me, because it looks like it looks like they took the tech from the first Alien movie and just sprinkled it all throughout the trailer.
Somebody put the opening scene, you know how she's programming the jukebox from Akira.
Yep, that makes sense.
I'll post. I mean, they did it from like when she does that to when the what do we call it? The motorcycle takes off to her ship taking off like that. I mean, it has my interest. I'm not saying that I'm going to buy it on day one, but it has my interest.
I don't think I'd buy it on day one either, but it's definitely one I'd keep an eye out for.
But here's the thing. It breaks my immersion if I have boobs.
Then don't play Bone Labs, because there's physics. So because you change your avatars, because each avatar has like a special power for when you're doing the game, but one of them is like a redheaded anime chick with huge knockers, and if you go, they move and jiggle. It is so weird.
Oh my God.
But I assume you guys saw that discourse online about the change to the new Witcher game, that you're no longer playing Geralt.
Yes, but story-wise, it makes sense because
I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
But the fucking fedoras came out in droves talking about how it was going to ruin their immersion and their trust in this series because they just can't get as into the game if they are a woman.
Didn't you play as Ciri in Wild Hunt though for like a chunk of the game?
But she wasn't the main character. That's different.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, I guess.
They get to go back to their familiar penis, okay?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is something I was talking to somebody earlier. Well, there's two things I've seen for her. One, they did the whole that she's too manly, she's uglified. And I'm like...
I mean, she looked the same to me.
You got people. I don't know. I guess they just thought that she was going to be dainty. as she transforms and stuff. Which doesn't make no
You
sense
can
to me.
hold
'Cause
me.
again,
I won't be mad. I will feel safe and secure. It will be a-okay.
death by Stu Snoop. Um, but yeah, that was the one thing I saw the argument of. But my question is if it's again, I don't know the Witcher lore, but if it's in the books that she becomes a Witcher, I don't see nobody's argument for it. The game is based on the books, or at least loosely based or whatever, or mostly based on that one. But again, like somebody said, if when you play the games, you're playing from Geralt's point of view. Ciri is still a main character, but again, if she's went through all the trials and it's just like in the books, I don't see where somebody has an argument with, with that.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think the fedoras really look out for logic or lore. We've discussed on this podcast before about people dubbing Wolfenstein as being woke because you're killing Nazis. So,
That's true.
like,
Hey, don't take that away from me. I used to use that. What was it? Wall of Fire. Was it a mod or something? I don't know. I just know I used to shoot a gun and a wall of fire used to take out the Nazis. I forgot which one that was.
That sounds like Rise of the Triad.
I was thinking
Yeah,
3D.
it was 94, 95.
Rise
I was
of the
playing it at
Triad.
school. So, shout out to my computer programming teacher. She was real cool.
Did she give you the game?
It had to be somebody older in another class. She had a computer in her office, and if we did our work, she would let us go on her computer. And I used to play Wolfenstein. Duke Nukem was one of my favorites.
Nice.
I want to say Quake was one, but I can't remember.
Your teacher was a real one.
Yeah, no
Oh
shit.
yeah, she was cool as heck. I mean, yeah, she was in my top 5 favorite teachers in high school. I can't really remember. I mean, I don't remember computer programming for business 1 or 2, but hey, I found out about Wolfenstein and stuff. So,
Worth it.
Right.
oh yeah.
All right, so we hit The Witcher already. Elden Ring Night Rain, which is going to be a. What if Elden Ring was an extraction looter slasher?
Oh, so that was true.
Yeah, so it is a 3-person multiplayer game where you are racing through what seems like a randomized version of the world map in Elden Ring, doing missions and then upgrading your character and stuff as you go. I'm interested to see where it goes because it looks kind of cool. The concept's
like a
great.
blast.
So all the characters are going to be they're all pre-made characters. And then you can progress through them changing their stuff, but you're not going in and making your own character, which I actually think kind of makes sense. I was talking with a buddy at work about this too. It makes sense that they do something like this because a lot of the like miracles that involved there was a lot of miracles that involved like healing and like buffing supports, but they're really hard to kind of pull off in the base game. So it kind of makes sense because it seems like it's more geared towards that. So that'll be really, really interesting to see.
So is this PvE VP?
I think it's just co-op PvE.
Well, co-op would be an interesting choice.
Yeah, it's co-op. It's 3-person co-op.
Yeah.
And there's no duos. It's only 3s.
But you're saying it's an extraction, right?
I think it's like an extraction. So you got to get from like point A to point B, complete the objective, and then you get out.
Oh, okay. But don't. Never mind. In the main game though, isn't there a PvP element to it? Like people
There
can
is.
attack
You
you.
can get like there's dudes who can like you can summon into other people's worlds and fight them and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I think this could be interesting. Well, I'll see. I don't know if there's a like a PvP aspect to this. They haven't really put out much info. Next, we have Shadow Labyrinth, which is a reimagining of Pac-Man as a Metroidvania.
That actually has my interest.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
real-
that
One of
sounds
them
great.
on that one.
So take your standard Metroidvania, but your protagonist is a like fantasy warrior type hero who looks like he's attached to the soul of a hungry orb.
Mhm.
It looks really interesting. So I'm really curious to see where that one goes because it is a bold take on Pac-Man.
And it's coming from Bandai Namco, so it's not like it's coming from somebody else.
Exactly. There was the game by the guy who made Shadows of the Colossus and Ico. It was just Untitled Fumito Ueda Gen Design Project. It looks really, really cool. So think Shadows of the Colossus, but if it were set in a cyberpunk dystopian future where I think you can actually control the giant robots. So I think it's going to be like a little bit of a mix between Robot Alchemic Drive, Shadows of the Colossus, and Cyberpunk. It could be interesting. So far, every game that this studio has put out, I've enjoyed. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. There's gonna be an Okami sequel.
Oh,
Yeah, Okami 2.
Oh, you
that's
didn't know?
about 10 years too late, but like I'm excited
Right.
for it.
But yeah, no, Okami's getting a sequel, which is kind of cool. Old greasy Randy Pitchford got on stage to pimp Borderlands 4, and apparently people don't really like it because it's too much potty humor.
Okay, did you guys ever
Well,
watch
no,
the
they said
movie?
Oh yeah, I watched the movie. It was trash.
No.
Like acceptable? I'm gonna watch this and enjoy it for the awful movie it is trash, or just like
No,
I
like
can never watch this again trash.
it's not even that. It's just so mediocre. It is the blandest, most phoned in fucking movie I've ever seen.
Even like worse than uh B movie Bruce Campbell, like Man with Two Brains.
No, that's just good, clean family fun. I would
Okay,
say it's more like it's not as bad as Madam Web, but it's
sure
not
hope
as
not.
good as the second Doom movie.
Okay, fair.
If that makes sense.
So
On a scale of
apparently,
shit.
apparently Craven is worse than Madam Web. So
Yeah, they
just
said the
keep
Yes.
that in
Crow
mind.
was
Apparently your
worse than
scale is
Madam Web,
off.
and I thought the Crow was actually really fun. So
Yeah, it was for sure.
now I do want to see Craven. I want to see how trash it is because I've heard trash.
Hey, we could have had Spider-Man. We could have had Spider-Man in there.
Spider-Man.
Good. Apparently they're gonna reset the Spider-Man villains universe though, and include Spider-Man in those movies.
Oh, smart,
So
smart.
Stop
It'll be
yeah,
playing.
great by the
well,
time
Stop
Tom Holland's
playing.
40.
correct. Well, see, the problem was this is part of what's come out as part of all that is that they didn't want to include Spider-Man in any of those movies because they didn't think it would lend credibility to the villains if he could not defeat them by the end of the film, and then you couldn't make the movie about the villain because then they would have to lose. But if they were to actually like beat Spider-Man or only have him somewhere in the periphery, that would elevate that character over the course of multiple films. So I think I could really follow the logic train, but that was why Tom Holland hasn't been in any of those films.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
they clearly had an idea, just not the right one.
Yeah. So
I
Borderlands
think
4 looks shit.
And swerving back on track.
Here's one you might be a little interested in, but don't get your hopes up. Turok Origins.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's a third-person multiplayer shooter, and not Rage
No.
War. It's third person, and I'm pretty sure
on.
it's going to be a multiplayer extraction game.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Why?
Because God hates us.
Thanks to saving you every hold on.
Oh,
No.
I
oh,
appreciate this. I want Dinosaur Hunter back.
Right?
Can we just get that?
Well, yeah, you can get all three of them on Steam for the low price of $20 each.
Perfect. That's what I need in my life.
Third
Um,
person.
They are making a new Ninja Gaiden game, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which is
Yes.
a pixel game done by the Game Kitchen and .mu. So the Game Kitchen are the guys who did Blasphemous.
Never played it.
It's like a modern take on Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but with It's like Spanish Catholic horror.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It's both games are sick. They're really really good. There was one called Split Fiction. It was the one where you played like it looked like two women stuck inside a video game or something.
That actually had me interested on that one.
I was intrigued. I want to see more game. I want to see gameplay footage of it.
I think that's the one that Glenn said it was woke. I think.
Yeah. Okay, that would make sense.
I'm pretty sure I watched this movie last weekend, and I can forward you guys the link if you would like, but you'll need a VPN.
Okay.
I mean, the premise of that game is just that you have basically there's a company that is supposedly offering authors their chance to get published, but they get into these worlds that are interactive. Something happens, shenanigans. That's why you got sci-fi. What is it? Sci-fi with some type of Renaissance or something mixed up together, whatever. And then it's a whole thing. Yeah. You said Turok was multiplayer?
I'm almost positive it's a multiplayer extraction shooter.
Somebody lied to you right now.
There's three characters on the cover.
So yes, there's co-op to it. So they're saying that there's a third person's perspective against rampaging dinosaur, which look not unlike Horizons.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, it just says that you'll be one of Turok's warriors facing off against vicious dinosaurs and an alien threat. You'll use weapons like bows, shotgun, plasma rifles. Collecting DNA upgrades your power suit.
Okay.
But
again, they turned it into a third-person shooter. That was the dumbest idea they could have ever gone with. But that's just me.
Yeah, it needs to stay first person. I don't disagree with you.
What was that?
It needs to stay first person. I don't disagree with you.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was just going to say, oof, it's getting a little spicy. Hunter, do you have pants on?
Doom is still an arena shooter.
Fuck you. Do you have pants on?
You want to find out?
Well, listen, I'm just gonna say because if you don't have pants on, you might want to just put your hands up like this because this next announcement might make you start jerking it. Onimusha: Way of the Sword.
Yay!
Yes. But yeah, no, there's a new Onimusha game coming out. I'm guaranteeing it's gonna be on the RE engine. That is going to be sick.
PC or console exclusive?
Not exclusive. I think it's going to be on everything.
Sweet.
It's still Capcom, so. But yeah, no, it looks mighty interesting to see what they're doing. I thought it was going to be they were going with Musashi as the main character because the character kind of looked like it in the trailer. But it now makes sense why there was an Onimusha anime that was made not too long ago because I think they were trying to drum up hype for a new Onimusha game. Mm-hmm. And a caveat off that, Capcom, I got an email earlier. Capcom is now asking for a bunch. They're sending out surveys for people who bought Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff like that, saying, "Hey, so we keep pushing out older games or going back to older series. What would you guys like?" So it's very possible that they might actually be embracing their back catalog. So we might get some remasters, remakes, or even just new sequels to some old stuff. So that'd be really, really cool.
There's so many.
I know, right? Yeah. Dude, Capcom they're prolific. Like
the three I saw off the top of my head was Vengeful Joe. I don't know if you guys ever played that one.
Beautiful Joe's great.
Beautiful Joe or Vengeful Joe?
Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe. Jack 3, Dino Crisis? Is it Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which actually I kind of enjoyed. It was like Resident Evil meets dinosaurs.
Exactly.
I feel like that would be, a little jump scares in that part. But
I would love to see another Power Stone.
I just want a Mega Man show. I don't even care.
You bring Mega Man back,
or give me a full-on AAA Mega Man game that has 3 hours of cutscenes, and I will also accept that.
No, Mega Man Legends 3. We got fucked when they canceled that.
I'm down.
I wanted it in the same art style. I wanted to look like the PS1 game, but with 4K graphics.
That would be atrocious.
It would be fucking amazing. I love the style on Mega Man, the Mega Man Legends series, and Tron Bond. Something about that look is that's just peak in
Now,
my
I would
brain.
say Beautiful Joe in 4K sounds like a magical experience.
Dude,
Could you imagine how pretty that game would
that'd be
be?
so
And how
cool.
smooth?
Oh my god, running at like 200 frames a second. It'd be fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it would be beautiful.
I think I need you guys to calm it down. You guys are getting really excited over there.
Girl can dream.
To answer your question, Hunter, the Omen is coming out on both PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series.
Yeah, I just added it to my Steam wish list. It's not coming out until 2026.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute.
That's
Um,
unfortunate. But
right? Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. Virtua Fighter's coming back.
Yeah, that
So
surprised me.
excited.
why?
Because we need 3-button fighters in our life, Hunter.
Because you're a boomer?
Yes.
Ooh.
But no, it's going to be fun. I can't wait for that. I love Virtual Fighter. This one's got me really excited. Project Century. That was the
No
one
idea.
set in like, I think it was in like 1950s Japan.
Yeah, I thought it was like some type of Yakuza.
Exactly. It looks exactly like a Yakuza game, but a lot more violence and murder. Because surprisingly
Yeah.
enough, very very little amount of people actually die in the Yakuza games. But no, Project Century Hunter, you should look into it. It looks really really cool.
Are you talking about in the cutscenes? Because I definitely remember killing a whole lot of
If
people
someone died in the cutscene, oh, hold on.
on the Yakuza games.
My computer glitched there for a second.
Where
But no,
were?
if somebody died in the cutscenes, they were dead. Anything that happened in game didn't happen. Like they
Okay.
didn't die is pretty much how it
That-
goes.
That caveat is very much required because I killed a
Yeah.
lot of people in that game.
Exactly. Stage Fright was not like a platformer or something like that.
Believe so.
Yeah, that
It
one
sounds
was,
familiar.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind
That looked
of
kind
didn't
of
do
cool.
anything for me. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Eh.
If you like Sonic Racing, exactly. Mafia: The Old Country, which is just a new Mafia
didn't know-
game. So that could be interesting. And then it's set in Italy during like 1913. So that one will
But
be.
are we going to get DH Belushi or Buscemi?
Probably not,
It's unfortunate then.
right?
It's the best part about modern mafia movies.
That's fair. Dispatch, which is it looks like an homage to the old Telltale games, where it was Lauren Bailey and Aaron
Okay.
Johnson, Aaron Jackson. Who's the guy from who played
Breaking
Pinkman
Bad.
in Breaking
I know
Bad? It
the
was
guy from
Aaron,
Breaking Bad.
Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, Jesse
He
Pinkman.
was.
Aaron something. Or something Aaron.
I don't
And
remember.
he's the main character and Lauren Bailey's playing like the side character, but it's like the guy used to be like Batman or like a Batman or Iron Man type superhero because he had like this whole battle suit and everything. He gets fucked up and the armor breaks. So since he doesn't have any real superpowers to kind of sit back and help, he's now a dispatcher for the superheroes. And you kind of play through the story of like what he goes through. It looks really, really interesting. Thick as Thieves is it's a new Thief game. It's just
Oh, that'll be
multiplayer
fun.
Thief. Yeah. It's Thief but multiplayer. It's by Other Side Entertainment, which is Looking Glass Studios. So the guy Warren Spector is the one who made it. So the guy who created Thief is the one who's running Thick as Thieves. So that could be pretty cool. I'm excited to see what they do with that. Slay the Spire 2 looks pretty sick. Played a lot
I'll
of Slay the
play it.
Spire, so. Rematch looks like an arcade soccer game, so I'm down because we haven't had arcade soccer games since like the PlayStation 1.
Rude,
Kind of
but we
reminded me
do.
of NFL Street. I don't know if you guys ever played that game.
I remember
Where it was
that
like
game.
the backyard NFL. It
Mhm.
was pretty cool. I like that one.
That was a good one. What were you saying, Hunter?
There was one that came out called Omega Strikers. That was a 3-on-3 online soccer game. That was pretty fun. That you have abilities. It's almost like a Dota soccer game.
Oh, okay.
But like it was surprisingly fun.
I,
So
I'm
if you
talking about
do
like
want,
console, like big console release type of
yeah,
thing.
for sure. But like if you do want something that's fun, it's a free game. It's enjoyable and it gives you some like arcade soccer type enjoyment.
Nice.
It'll tide you over.
Okay. Okay. Outer Worlds 2 is now a thing. So I think that'll be
Out,
kind of cool. That's the one that
if
was
you guys,
it was by Obsidian Studios. It's the Fallout New Vegas guys. So it's the sequel to their game.
yeah, I was gonna say if you don't have it already, you currently get it through Twitch for free this month.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, the first one anyway.
I think I have that one on Epic. I think Epic gave it away a little while ago. Yeah,
Okay.
it's one of those ones I'm gonna go. Oh no, I have it on Game Pass. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go and play it one of these days. One Move Away, which looks like the most boring game, at least to me, because I hate moving. So I don't want to play. I don't want to pack up a house and play Tetris. I don't want to do it in real life. I sure as shit don't want to do it in a video game.
Yeah, but think if you reset Tetris.
Oh god.
Just
Yeah,
think of it. Think how cool it would be.
it'll never happen. Uh, Solasta 2, which looks like a action RPG, if I remember correctly. Looked kind of interesting. I've never played the first one. Steel Paws, I don't remember what that is. Do you, Rico?
That one is because I'm just looking at it right now. It's a game mate is being published by Netflix, but they're talking about it's some type of new mobile game.
Oh, yeah, that was
Reminiscent
that
of
mobile
Mega
game they
Man,
were showing off.
but they're
Okay.
like robot kitties.
Yep. So, just whatever.
So it's basically a robotic style armor in a giant arena.
Okay.
I don't know if it's kind of like that.
Could be. Tales of the Shire looked absolutely stupid. Next. Midnight Murder Club?
Is that like a VR Lord of the Rings game? Just a
No,
terrible Lord
it's
game?
The
What?
Sims, but with hobbits, I think. It looks really, really stupid.
Do I get to send my hobbits into the volcano?
I don't think so. I think it's more like you get to see what it's like to live like a hobbit and do farming like a hobbit and watch Sam and Frodo bang like hobbits.
I mean, sure, but as long as I can throw my hobbit into the volcano or watch a giant eagle pick it up and take it away, I'm cool with it. I just feel like I need a little bit of action in my life.
That's fair. I don't remember what Midnight Murder Club was, but I think it was the one that looked kind of cool.
It seems like you really paid attention to this event.
I kind of didn't. There wasn't a whole hell of a lot that came up that was really cool. Kiora just looks like Terraria, so I don't know why it was such a big deal when they showed it off. Double Dragon Revive, I was originally really happy that they were getting another Double Dragon, and then I saw it in motion.
I was surprised they brought that one back. I was like, come on.
I think it's gonna be shit. The last good Double Dragon game, aside from Double Dragon 4, was Double Dragon Neon, and that was like the last time they did a 3D Double Dragon game, and I thought that was pretty cool. Double Dragon Revive looks like they took everything from that was really good and just said, nah, it's not what people want.
I still fight the urge every now and again to get an unreasonably large dragon tattoo across my body.
I don't know how you don't have one already.
Fair. Midnight Murder Club is a multiplayer first-person shooter where you're armed with a flashlight and a revolver inside of a
with
pitch
the gun,
black
yeah.
mansion.
Yes, that would look stupid fun.
I'm already downloading it. There's a free open crossplay beta right now with the full game set to release in February.
Ooh, is it on Steam?
Yes, it is. That's why I'm downloading it.
I will get that after the
It says
show.
You said crossplay?
Yep.
It's on the PS5. Okay.
All right, yeah, I'll pick that up. the first Berserker Kazan, which is a side story to Dungeon Fighter Online. It was just a CG trailer. I saw some gameplay of it, like the little snippets that they kind of showed during one of the voice actor interviews. It looks like it's going to be a very bloody and fun Devil May Cry clone. And it's weird enough to say this, I'm kind of happy for that because we don't get those anymore.
But we do get Johnny Young Bosch voicing Dante in the Netflix animes.
This is true. Although he'll always be Nero for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dungeon and Fighter Arad. I think that was the action RPG. That one looked kind of interesting too, but I'm waiting for more information on that because I do like the Dungeon Fighter universe. I've only ever played it as a beat 'em up. I can't think of it as anything else. Next, we have the sequel to Black Desert, Crimson Desert, which looks really, really cool. And I remember Black Desert was pretty fun when I could get it to run. So I'm interested to see how Crimson Desert turns out.
I'm excited to see how much money you can spend on that game.
Oh, yeah.
It is the ultimate pay to win.
Yeah, but at least the combat was fun. Even if you didn't pay for anything, you have to see how flashy it was.
Sure, but I know someone who spent over $5,000 on the first one.
Damn.
Like they got real into it. Yeah.
Wow.
Ultimate pay to win experience.
Can't believe it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out on the PC, I think, in January.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun. Catly.
Hold on, can we pause it real quick?
Pause.
Can we pause it real quick? He spent $5,000. He spent $5,000. Was that like over 10 years or something? Like, please tell me that. I don't know if Hunter froze.
Oh, he froze. This motherfucker dropped the ball and left.
No, I'm sorry, because it's just, that number is marinating in my head, and I'm like,
oh,
as a
he
man
got
who
the blue screen. Okay, so what Hunter didn't say during his week was he was getting the blue screen of death because Valorant fucked up his computer. Or not Valorant, sorry, League of Legends fucked up his computer.
Oh, okay.
So the blue screen came back. So that means he didn't uninstall League of Legends yet.
Should have learned.
All right, let's bust through this shit. I'm gonna go to bed. All
right.
Catly, a game about cats, looked really dumb. It looked to me like a kids game.
Right.
But not like a fun kids game like the SpongeBob games, like just a really dumb, like My Pet Pony type DS shovelware schlock. Path of Exile 2 came out, which is kind of cool. I've played a little bit of the first one. It's just Diablo. Frag Punks. Did they show gameplay of that, or was that just CG? That was the one where they were like running around. It was like a lot of running, like bright colors, and it was like an arena shooter.
Oh.
If it's the one that I'm thinking of, it looked kind of meh. Just looked like a boring hero shooter. Killing Floor 3 was announced, which is kind of cool. Although I think that got leaked like a couple months back.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Hunters, I got into the closed beta for. I haven't tried it yet, but it looked really fun. That was the big mech multiplayer shooting game.
Yeah, I did read about that. This is in the Warframe. I think it's in the Warframe universe because it's 12-person, the 12-person multiplayer shooter. So, is that
no? You're thinking of something. You're thinking of Warframe 1999. Steel Hunters is that anime-looking mech warrior game.
No, hold up.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with. Is it free-to-play PvPv feature? Blah blah blah. Yeah, no, this has nothing to do with the Warframe guys.
Hold on, real quick.
All right, holding.
Pull over.
Okay, well, you look that up. Black Forest, The Long Dark 2. I don't even remember seeing a trailer for that.
I stand corrected. It's War Gaming
Yeah.
next IP. It's
Yep.
still okay.
Yeah,
I
it
took
looks
it
kind of
as
cool. I got in the
Warframe.
closed beta. I just haven't tried it yet.
Oh, that picture looks like it's chaos. So good luck, sir.
Right.
Good luck.
Tekken 8 got an announcement for a DLC character. It's Clive from the new Final Fantasy game. Thought that was kind of cool, but he's not a Tekken character.
Yeah.
So it'll be... He would have worked great in Soul Calibur, though.
Yes. That's. I used to love and hate that game. Oh man. I hated you when
Slipgate 2? I have no file on that. Do you remember anything? Do you remember Slipgate?
No, I'm looking at what I had before.
All right.
Yeah, it's all it shows upcoming Slipgate sequel, revealing a new mode, more maps for the portal-centric shoot. Oh,
it's a portal shooter.
this is the one. Yeah, where it has the portal shooter. Yeah. So I mean, from the picture, it looks kind of like I get like freaking
Art style is
Halo.
very Fortnite-y.
Like Fortnite lead and a little bit of Halo with some of the suits,
Yep.
some of the orbital stuff. Yeah, it's the one where you see a bunch of portals, people are jumping in and they're getting shot at.
It's what if Portal with guns?
Yeah.
Could be interesting if the Portal mechanics don't suck. Mecha Breaker looked really fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was another mech combat game. Haven't tried it yet. Helldivers 2. The Illuminate came out. There's urban combat now. They have APCs, Killzone model, like Killzone cosmetic items and guns. I might have to jump back into Helldivers.
As soon as I saw the Jeep,
Yep.
and then I saw the new enemy, I was like, "Oh crap! Wait, hold on, what's going on?"
Dude, when I saw the downtown center getting bombed out, I was like, "Oh my god, they gave us urban combat."
My thing
Which
is like
what I wanted. I wanted to change the scenery, or I thought urban combat would be awesome. So I'm glad to see that.
At least in the Jeep, though, I noticed that I think while one person drives, everybody else can shoot or man some type of weapon. So it's not like you're just
I think it's kind of like a
vehicle.
Warthog, where you have like the driver, the passenger, the gunner, and then another dude in the back on the side.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of how it's set up. Oh no, you only get 4 guys. So yeah, it'd be driver, gunner. Yeah, driver, gunner, passenger, passenger.
they probably break the game, but I would say, imagine you diving onto a planet and right now all 3 factions are on that thing. Like they're having like
like an all-out
Destiny
war. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because Destiny would do that in some areas where you'll have like Fallen against the Hive, and they're just fighting while you're just there. And then sometimes they pay attention to you, sometimes they don't. So
that would be cool. I just love the idea that we might get urban combat with the toasters, and that's just one step closer to Terminator.
Dude, if we did, I swear to God, I'd be on every roof, freaking just
Well, that was the thing. I didn't like playing against the bugs, but I love playing against the automatons because I actually felt like I was fighting something. So now that the new ones, like the Illuminate, look like it's hordes of zombies and then elite shooty dudes, I'm like, ooh, that's a mix of both. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, because that's another thing I picked up on when you mentioned the whole zombie thing, because initially it reminded me of the husks
from Mass Effect. Yep.
So I was like, oh, that's dirty. You don't know why they're here, but they're also taking people. But oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I might have to get back in. It looks real cool right now.
For democracy. No, I'm joking.
For democracy. Warframe 1999. It's just a new expansion pack for Warframe. Looked kind of cool. Looked a lot like Dark Sector. So I was like, all right, I like Dark Sector.
I'm so lost. I don't even know about Warframe because I thought Warframe had no humans in it, but now you have humans with skins, and I'm like,
yeah, it's
okay.
You gotta you gotta just do a lore dump on it. Pal World release. It was an expansion pack, I think, or a new update.
Yeah. I did hear something. I don't know if they already made the change, but supposedly they're going away from the capture spheres.
Yeah, they're changing the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Wuthering Waves. I don't remember what that is. Dying Light: The Beast looked really cool. That was the one where it was the zombie game with the first person shooter zombie game.
Okay.
That one looked pretty interesting. There was a new expansion for Hunt the Showdown. I guess Post Malone's Psycho Circus.
Yeah, that's. I mean, to each his own.
Yep.
I mean, I know those folks out there that love Post Malone. I mean, I have no issues with him, but when I saw that, I was like, okay.
Makes me think that they're using him for his name to get people into the game, which.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's no different it's no different in Fortnite with Snoop Dogg, Eminem, or any other game that use it. You're just using that. You're just doing a partnership with a celeb to gain more people to come in and get in there. But yeah, Post Malone is like, I was like, okay, this is somebody likes him. That's why they put him in here.
Exactly. Squid Games Unleashed. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. Is that season 2?
No. So it's an actual game for Squid Games. Like they made. Is it a mobile game? Was it, or is it like console and PC? I can't remember. But it's like it's a survival game. It's just like the video game version of Squid Games, pretty much.
Yeah. So it's a more realistic version of Fall Guys, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a multiplayer party royale.
Fall Guys.
Show. It's a 32-player tournament.
Okay.
And I'm assuming it's being published by Netflix, just like the other game.
Yeah, it is.
That would make sense.
Game of Thrones King's Road looks really cool. I'm super excited for that. I'm hoping it's good because I would like to play a really good Game of Thrones game because the world is really interesting. It's just we haven't had a good game in that world.
I hope they rewrite the ending.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, George R. R. Martin, one of these days, is actually going to end the books. So
no, he won't. We all know he won't. He will die far before he finishes that series, and he's doing it on purpose.
No, he's going to actually outlive all three of us and still
never release the books. Yeah.
Monster Hunter Now, which is just Pokemon Go with Monster Hunter.
Right.
Screamer? I vaguely remember this one.
Screamer? I hardly know her.
Jesus. I think it's
I had to get one of those in tonight.
Multiplayer horror game? I actually can't remember what this one was. Racing game.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's what it was.
It's a cyberpunk racing game. Last of Us Part 2 remastered. The game just came out like 4 years ago. I don't know why we need a remaster. Den of Wolves.
You're so close. You're so close.
What?
But just take away the 4 years part. You're so close. We don't need games remastered. Just play them in their original form, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I was like, oh god, is it actually newer than 4 years?
No, it probably is around 4 to 5 years, though. It is a really weird time to remake that game.
Yeah, especially when not a lot of people were happy with it. It's probably just a drum up hype for season 2 of...
Yeah, that would make sense.
Den of Wolves, which looked like it looks like a multiplayer heist game, but with like metrosexual cyberpunks. Hold on, let me click onto this one because I think this was like it looked like a heist shooter almost. It's a first-person shooter game. Cyberpunk. Yeah, it's a cyberpunk version of Payday, it looks like.
Okay.
I actually thought it was the multiplayer mode of Cyberpunk, but...
Have you checked out Payday since they did their really big VR update?
No.
6 months, a year ago, whenever it was? You should really try it. It was good on VR previously, but they basically redid the whole engine and the interface and everything to interact with it in VR, and it legitimately became a much better game with the headset on than playing it on the desktop. It is incredible. It's probably the best VR game ever made.
Okay, I'll give it a try. There was more content for Zenless Zone Zero, which is your big booty anime waifu mobile shooter game. They shoot the big guns and their cheeks clap.
Yeah, I was gonna say I relate to a lot of these words that you're saying.
Is that mobile game?
What was that?
Is that mobile game?
Yeah, it's that mobile game that you're like, what is this?
Yeah, every so it'll show you a different female character, and they're always shooting. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get like the big howitzer cannon, you shoot it, and their ass cheeks clap.
Again, I'm on board. This is great. Sign me up.
Honkai Star Rail had another content update. One of these days, I'm actually going to play it because it looks like a really fun RPG. It's by Hoyoverse, the guys who did Genshin Impact. But from the couple of dudes I was talking to at Huzzah Hobbies, they said it's your standard Japanese like JRPG, but you don't have to spend a cent. You can beat the game. You can play through the entire game and beat it with just the base, with like what you get as you go. So I thought that was kind of cool. So you're really when you're buying your Gashapon characters in this, or when you're getting your loot crates, it's mostly for extra content. It's not pay to win. It's just kind of like, oh, it's like this is some cool stuff to have.
That's very appreciated.
Exactly.
And not something you'd expect these days.
Exactly. I know it's on Android, iPhone, and PC.
Is it already out?
Oh yeah, it's been out. It's been out for like 2 years.
What's it called again?
Honkai Star Rail. It's on Epic, not Steam.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure it's only on the Epic Store. Stallcraft X, which I think is a new update for the Stallcraft game, which is what if you fused Minecraft with Stalker. I played it when it was in like closed beta, and I played the full game. It was very fun. It's multiplayer Stalker, so it's like it's multiplayer Stalker with Minecraft graphics. But like Minecraft, if it were rendered in 4K.
Technically, you can render Minecraft in 4K comfortably these days.
Take the art style from the Minecraft movie. Like the characters from the Minecraft movie. That it looks like that, like the high definition voxel art. And then there was some DLC announced for Dave the Diver. And that was the Game Awards for announcements. I should get Dave the Diver. I heard it's really good.
I've never heard of it.
It's like a fishing game, but it's like a fishing item management game. It looks really fun. Like, don't just look at the trailer.
Description makes me want to play it. Yeah,
exactly.
It really did it justice.
Okay, so it's a point and click adventure game that's also a fishing game. That's also an item management game, I think. And I know there's Godzilla in it.
You don't have no link.
That was better. You really saved like Godzilla at the end.
Yep. Godzilla saves many things.
Oh, this one is where he goes into the jungle. Okay.
Yep. But yeah, that's the Game Awards. Superman, and then I Go Night Night. So, what did you guys think of Superman?
My favorite thing about Superman is the part of the trailer where he's walking through a city looking all disheveled and people are throwing things at him. And the internet immediately took that and said, look, James Gunn is giving some airtime to all the Snyder fans.
I thought it was gonna go something differently.
Dude, my favorite thing is when like the dude throws the can of soup at Superman's head. The only thing that was running through my mind was the audacity of this human to throw a can at an alien god.
Yeah.
Only in America.
We make decisions.
But
yo,
go ahead, huh?
the goodest boy, Crypto. The first thing, aside from seeing Superman in the Yamcha pose, the second thing you see in the trailer is Crypto, the Wonder Dog.
Yes, and he didn't have to be a golden retriever. He's still adorable. I'm still stoked.
Yep.
I'm very excited for it.
I'm convinced James Gunn is actually a fan of stuff he works on.
If he wasn't, Nathan Fillion would not have a bowl cut in this film.
Yes. that shot of Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner is just, it's chef's kiss. It's beautiful.
Oh god, dude.
It breaks my brain to see the bowl cut and the blonde. Like the color didn't look okay. That was the only part about it that I was like,
It should have
if
been
his hair was a
red.
different color, it would have been
Should have been
red.
red.
Red or even black, I would have been
I
cool
wanted
with.
him to come out there looking like Little Orphan Annie.
Yeah, but it was cool. We got to see Mr. Terrific. I am excited for the Arrowverse Mr. Terrific was legit. But I am excited to see a comic accurate big screen version of Mr. Terrific. He's supposed to be one of the most brilliant minds in DC and have dope gadgets and everything else. Like, I want to see what they can come up with him when they have a real budget to interact with the character. He's not just like co-star on one episode here or there on one of the other series.
I really like his outfit. Like the metal mask over the nose and shit. It looks really cool. Like a really good like what's the word I'm looking for? Integration of the T. Because it's like everything about him is like has a T on it. So it's like, oh, that's really clever how they did that.
Yeah, and that's comic accurate. And they did a good job in making the mask look good on him. Because every time like you'd see him in like the Arrowverse, you kind of see him like it looks it's funky. It doesn't quite fit. It looked really good in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I think overall with the trailer, you're seeing Superman when he's vulnerable. Because I mean, he's like you said, he's in the Yamcha position, and then the part that I grasped on was like, oh, this dude is wheezing.
Oh,
like,
yeah, he's wheezing. Like, he's literally blood.
And I was like, oh, okay, we've never, at least on the live action, we've never
seen his ass like that.
To that point. Yeah. So it automatically
Brendan Roth.
Huh?
Brendan Roth. Kevin Spacey was making advances, and he tried to tell him no, so he whooped him real good and shot him.
He's stupid.
But yeah, Superman Returns. Like he got shot in that one. He was bloodied up.
Boo,
it definitely wasn't
not like this
as bad as this. Yeah, but that's probably the best we've seen.
So I think for that one, you see a moment where we're gonna see where he's in a vulnerable or like maybe a spot where he's never been before, truly tested. Because the way the screens are written out, and again, you have Hawkgirl and everybody else that's
the fact that it looks like everybody's established characters already.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna
really
be. Like, I don't know. Part of me feels like he's gonna be put through the ringer, like in a sense.
Oh yeah, it just looks.
Like I don't know how much they're gonna follow the comic. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because again, he gets exposed by the sun, too close to the sun, when he tried to rescue the scientist, and then finding out that he's going to die, so he has all those feats he has to do. So, I mean, with this one, it's going to be interesting on that part. Mr. Terrific, yeah, looked cool. I don't know if y'all caught it with the force field or whatever he had, the barrier when they were shooting at him on that part. So, I don't know. It looks like at one point, either the people or the government turn on him. So, it's going to be interesting because, again, Guy Gardner is, at one point, he puts a force field.
He put a barrier up on the door. Like, I'm trying to figure out where this story's going and who's whooping the shit out of Superman. Even though I think we've confirmed it's Ultraman.
Really, it's just Black Noir, apparently.
Would it be Clayface? I think it might be part Clayface. Not him, but... So, Alan Tudyk, if I'm correct or wrong, Alan Tudyk is in Creature Commandos. Okay. He also voices... Clayface supposed to show up in that one, but I think I could have it confused. I thought Clayface might be in Superman. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but Hunter even said Parasite earlier, which would kind of make sense with the dude with the fucked up face in the trailer. But then that could also be Bizarro.
No, but that's supposed to be Metamorpho.
Oh, that's Metamorpho. Okay.
Yeah, the dude from Hunter's favorite show, Barry, the bald-headed guy. He's Metamorpho. It's cast.
Oh, okay.
Alan Tudyk is in
I
it,
haven't looked at the IMDb, so I don't know who's really in it.
So that was what I was asking, was Metamorpho, was he a bad guy at first and then turned good?
I thought he was a bad guy.
because he's the guy in the anime where at least he was different
It's like
colors.
purple and orange.
Yeah, well, in that one he was. I think he started out as bad, but then find out that he was being tricked and it turned good on that one. At least in the anime.
I would like to say Glenn should have told us that his younger, more attractive brother was playing Superman. Dude, when he had the hair up and everything, it's like, that's skinny Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even here for me to rip on him either.
No, but he appreciates it nonetheless in his slumber. He knows.
This might be something I appreciated too, as far as when you saw him walking in the street, you can see how the differences in height, how much taller he is. I'm not saying they don't do it that well with Henry Cavill and them, but it's just like the way they were shooting him in the street, I really felt like, okay, he's a standalone. Like he's different than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But what a better way to show this tall guy that looks like he has some built as being goofy as hell.
Well, see,
And
here's
have
the
curl
thing.
like-
The problem was they couldn't digitally shorten Henry Cavill in the Superman movie because all the CG money had to go to shrinking his penis.
True. They had the same problem with
It's
Brendan
true.
Roth.
They actually had to go in and digitally reduce the size of his dong in, was it Man of Steel?
But did they really have to do it with him too?
Yeah.
Because they had
Well, I
to
know
do Brendan
William-
Roth
I know
in Superman
William Dafoe.
Returns.
Yeah, Brendan
William
Roth. They
Dafoe,
did it
yeah.
with Brendan Roth, and they had to do it with Henry Cavill as well.
They give him the Defoe treatment then. William Dafoe,
He's got the old kickstand.
yeah, I think there was one movie where he had to show his dick, and at one point they told him, "We're gonna get you a stunt
They had to
double."
get
He
a
was like,
stunt dick.
"Why?" He's like, well, "Why?" He's like, "Because your junk is too big. Like it's gonna scare folks. Like how massive is it if somebody does?" And I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be nasty or nothing, but I'm like, how bad is that your junk is that big that they're like, "Hey, we don't want to scare nobody."
If you
It's
want an
not
idea,
horrible.
just look at a picture of him smiling with ill intent. That's how big his penis is.
I hate you because then I think of that GIF. Like, look at him smiling. And imagine that it was his penis.
It's
Your
that
penis is
smile.
smiling at me right
That damn smile.
now. Yeah,
So
like you're smiling at me right now. No, I'm not. Your penis is like.
No, I wasn't probably good. I did not find anything about them CGIing Henry Cavill's dick out, but I did find an article about the CGI artist in charge of deleting boners from Marvel movies. So apparently, it's just a common issue across the industry.
Deleting boners from Marvel movies.
That's the name of it. That's the title of the article. I'm excited to read this later.
Oh,
How's that?
What a job!
How do you describe that job though? The
I-
boner remover? I don't know.
You work for a
he's
art
the
house.
dick
Like, hey,
scrubber.
you're the new guy. We've got a task for you.
Imagine going home either on a date or to your wives, and you have to explain that. Like, what you do today,
It's like,
honey?
oh, honey, how was your day? Had to get rid of Derek Jeter's penis again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm very excited to read that article.
Let me know if Derek Cheadle shows up on it.
I will. I'll do what I can.
Oh my god, dude, that's just crazy.
All right. Jesus
Oh,
Christ. All right. I think that's a podcast. Do you guys think that's a podcast?
That's a podcast.
That's a podcast. Words of wisdom.
Oh,
Delete Vanguard from your computer so it doesn't continuously blue screen on you 4 times a day for the last month straight.
So hey,
I
did
still
you
haven't
delete
done
League of
it,
Legends?
I still haven't done it. That seems like effort, but I'm going to one of these days.
Oh boy. All righty. You take care, everybody.
Bye.
drink water. Happy holidays.